if it gets signed, it goes into effect January of 2023. So, this is still 4 years out or 3 years out at this point from if it is signed from going into effect. I'm a little lost because there's things in here talking about unconstitutional that the NCAA is talking about. They're talking about it not being a fair competitive recruiting and all this stuff. I'm a little lost because first I'm going to ask this: who has the most to lose out of this? I mean, I've been racking my brain, and maybe someone can point out something that I haven't thought about. But the NCAA has the most to lose off of this because tuition is still the same. Your number of scholarships that you can offer is still the same. You still have the same dorms, same facilities, same classes. I mean, it's not like they're taking classes away from you or they're taking something away from you. You still have that stuff available. But instead of just joining the party, here's what it is. This is what they're worried about. And I get it. So if California, you can go out there and let's say you're a kid from the state of Georgia and you're ranked, number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever, wide receiver or quarterback. Let's do quarterback. You're top 3 quarterback in the nation, and everybody wants you to come to their school. And now it comes down to, do I want to go to USC or do I want to go to Georgia? And part of that decision is going to be, well, if I go to if this is passed, if I go to USC, I can start, getting paid, getting, endorsement deals. I can't do that at Georgia. Then they're worried about it being lopsided. Now you're worried about it being lopsided. Or now you're saying unfair competitive. Okay, what we just saw kids going to these schools and they getting recruited. And what do they show the kids? They show them the campus. Is every campus the same campus? So do certain schools have competitive advantages because of the campus that they have, the location, the environment, the dollars from, either maybe boosters or alumnus? That's not fair. We just saw not too long ago coming into this season, LSU. What did LSU do? They redid their locker room. This thing looked like a day spa. I mean, you could spend your entire day there. You don't think they're using that as an advantage to why you should come and play football for LSU Tigers? Huh? USC. Or not even just USC, just any of these schools that invest all this money. And go and look, if you haven't, go and look at the sports facility at USC. It is amazing. But they do the whole weight room, all over again. And then they bring a kid in there and show them, well, look at our weight room in comparison to others. You're gaining competitive advantages all over the place. So I don't want to hear about unfair. I don't want to hear about unconstitutional. Everything about college sports has changed over the years. This is not the 50s. This is not the 40s. This is not even the 70s. Things are not the same anymore like they used to be. So if they want the state of California to pass this bill, then what I suggest the governing boards to do, is get with the state that your school is in and get the same bill passed. Because you're gaining a competitive advantage anyway. I'm just saying, if you show up with Peyton Manning and say, hey, go to Tennessee, blah, 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 blah. And then someone shows up with Troy Brown from, that played for the New England Patriots. Troy Brown got more championship rings than Peyton Manning. But bringing Peyton Manning, I think a lot of people would consider that as a competitive advantage. So I'm just flabbergasted by, them thinking, because what this sounds like is, it sounds like it's a woe is me. Oh my gosh, if you do this, we are going to fold as a company. No, you're not. You guys are making way too much money to fold. You just need to adjust. That's all. That's just in my humble opinion. But their likeness, their image, their name, to me, should belong to the individual. They had it before they got to your school. So why should they have to give it up while they're at your school? These kids are getting smart. They are getting smart. And they are figuring out ways that works out for them in their best interest and not always just in everybody else's. No, everybody is not going to get a deal. I understand that. But if you are good enough to be able to provide some monetary gain, I don't see why you should be faulted for that. I mean, you got a scholarship because you were different. Don't try to hold me back now because I'm different. Maybe I'm just tripping, but that's how I feel about it. But I'm sure we'll find out more, about it, and I'll stay on top of this, and we'll talk about it later on as far as like if the governor is going to sign it or not. So let's do this. Let's take another break. Come back from the break, and then we'll talk about a few more games from week one, and then the game tomorrow, Thursday night, Carolina versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I didn't even say this at the beginning of the show. I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving out a Big L award. You don't want to miss this. The Big Loser award is going to a couple. Boy, marriage is bliss. We'll be back after these words. Lopan, get over there and click the button. Jeez.
We don't take orders from super fools. We give them.
X gon' give it to you.
Any and all resistance will crumble. Nonsense. There's never been a threat.
Nurse Squad.
Couldn't handle. It is the purpose of the
Nurse Squad.
to align our infamous forces against the powers of good and defeat them, leaving us, the rulers of the world.
We all hate when we have unexpected car problems. Well, I am here to tell you about a viable solution. Bay 11 Auto and my man Melvin. You have emission problems? Brakes need changing? Transmission slipping? Is your car just driving sluggish? No problem is too big. I live on the other side of town and I drive over an hour to a guy that I trust. Melvin is honest, dependable, and definitely not in the business to break your pockets. Come see the
Squad.
official mechanic Melvin at Bay 11 Auto. You will be glad you did. You can reach him at 1455 General Arts Road, Conyers, Georgia, or 404-295-5715. That's 404-295-5715.
All music artists, lend me your ear. Looking for that hot beat to make your next hit? Go to FaroJaroMusic.com. Tired of paying for overpriced studio time for mediocre beats? Go to FaroJaroMusic.com. FaroJaroMusic.com offers industry-quality hip-hop, trap, R&B, and pop beats that will take your creativity to the next level. We know it's hard to find dope beats out there, so don't waste any more time searching YouTube or whack beat-selling websites. Go to FaroJaroMusic.com today to cop the beat for your next hit. Mixing and mastering services available too. Once again, go to FaroJaroMusic.com. That's FaroJaRo Music.com for the hottest beats in the game.
Squad Network, the future of radio.
Yo, what's good? This is Trey Frazier on the staff. This is the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Make sure y'all tune into us every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
He's the brain of operations.
I'm telling you right now, book it!
And him, he's along for the ride. But together, they bring you sports like you've never heard before. The Wait a Minute Show, a new way of discussing today's trending sports topics. And now, back to the show with your host, Jolani J.B. Bodie.
Indeed, little pun. Indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Real quick, October 18th, 19th, and 20th. I'm going to say it again. The Doug Stewart Show annual event. Its fifth event is going down. Go to xsquadaffiliates.com/TDSS5 to register yourself to come to the ATL and have a good time. I almost cussed. So, a good time. Side note. The Wait a Minute Show Fantasy Football League is going on right now, and you know, some people got mad at me as far as like why they didn't get in. So you know, maybe I probably will have to expand the league next year. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I just thought, you know, little old me, you know, only a few people want to play, and now I'm finding out, you know, some other people. So next year will be different. We'll expand it, you know, out to get other people in. But week one is in the books, man. I lost, you know, I ran into a buzzsaw with E-Double, man. His team, he had guys like Christian McCaffrey and Deshaun Jackson and all them guys, and they went off. Ain't nothing you can do, you know, about that. You just got to take the L, you know. But someone else that took an L, and I'm not talking about the big L, but someone else that took an L, oh, good Lord, I am sorry, Mocha Bella, a.k.a. Dolphin Girl. She took a hard loss this past week, just like her Miami Dolphins did. But here's the good thing, you know, about it, is that it's only 1 week. It's the first week, and you get an opportunity to bounce back and get back on track. Because that's what I'm looking at. And I got Jay Fish, a.k.a. Red Rum, this week. So I got my hands full, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get back in this thing, get back to 500. So Mocha, keep your head up. You can get back to 500 too and make some waves in it. But the Wait a Minute Show Fantasy Football League, we'll be talking about that throughout the league. Throughout the year, and I'll give you updates, you know, what's going on in that league. So now, let's get back to a couple of games. There was a couple of games in week one that I wanted to talk about, and the Cowboys-Giants game. And we knew, let's just be honest, we knew the Giants weren't going to win this game. We knew that Zeke was going to be back. We knew that Zeke would be used, but we didn't know how he would be used. We knew that Dak was betting on himself. But we didn't know Dak had pushed in all the chips. Because he went off for the tune of 405 yards for 4 TDs. He went 25 for 32, and he got both guys over 100 yards. Got Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper. Randall Cobb was in on it for 69 yards. Jarwin, the tight end, he was in. Even Jason Witten. So everyone except Michael Gallup that I just mentioned caught a TD pass from Dak Prescott. So